Okay, I just started DaVinci Resolve. So I'm just gonna double click on the untitled project, which opens a new one. And this is your standard default screen here. Currently no clips in the media pool. So we have seen that our video now was automatically saved onto the desktop. So I can drag and drop it. Well, let's go here into the Finder on the desktop. This is the video. Just drag it into the media pool here. Now it warns you, our clip has a different frame rate than the current project settings. So do you want to change it automatically? Yes, I like to. And what it did is, if you hover over this clip, you see those three dots which you can click on it. And now you see actually the video was recorded in HD and with a frame rate of 60 frames per second. Normally for screen recording 30 frames are definitely enough, but in this time Quicktime automatically recorded it with the highest bit rate possible. So from here what you can do is we want to bring this one into our timeline, and this is the timeline. So in DaVinci Resolve we have here from left actually to the right our workflow. So normally we would start with the media. We brought in our media where you see some information. Our video takes 7 minutes and is 2500 and a couple of frames long. And from here you go into the cut menu, where you do your basic cutting of your footage. Afterwards you would go into the edit mode, and the edit mode is normally the mode I already start with, because here you have everything already in it. Your clip, your view and your timeline. And here we have Fusion. This is to add visual effects, node based. So if you know After Effects, that's actually layer based, and in Fusion it's node based, similar to Nuke. Then we have the next module where you're going to adjust your color if you need to. The audio mixing module, where you can bring in your audio, mix it, adjust it and enhance it. And at the end, of course, you want to export your finished video into your format you wish to. For example, a YouTube, Vimeo or a standalone video. And so I'm not gonna explain you every little button which is on the screen. I just want to get you started that you can edit your videos in the future by yourself. So for this, we're just gonna grab the video which we have here and drag it into our timeline. See, I'm still holding the left-hand mouse button and I drag and drop it here at the beginning of our 00 timeline. Automatically split. You see on the upper layer here we have the video itself, and on the lower is our audio which we recorded. You can drag the red marker here and you see you can skim through your video, or you could do the same on top here. And in my case, I'm just gonna mute the audio that it's not disturbing while I'm skimming through our video here. And you see also it's grayed out, so meaning it's not taking into effect at the moment. Even if you would export it, the audio would not be in. Okay, and now you want to actually to show your audience not how you set up the recording and everything, but instead maybe you want to show them how you start Affinity Photo and then add your text and finished. So again, just to show you, you remember we recorded our screen actually in QuickTime with the laptop microphone, and the laptop microphone is quite a bad quality. So that's why I'm gonna unmute it, because we need it, that we know sometimes where we want to cut something. So you see already here the peak levels. The waveform I can enlarge in here. So you see actually here in between I didn't say anything, but from the laptop microphone it already recorded some background noise. And then here I'm starting to talk, be quiet again, say something else, and so on and so forth. So let's scrub through it. And you see now already we have quite some background noise here. So I'm gonna mute it again or make it a little bit softer here. And now we need to find the point where I'm gonna double click here the Affinity Photo application, where I'm gonna open it and then show the audience I'm gonna insert the text. So for this, we just scrub through here. Also here you see the zoom buttons. You can zoom out a little bit, and already here even it's represented up to here. I show something on the desktop, and then finally we are somewhere here inside Affinity. Gives you a quick reference. So I'm gonna skim through here. Also you need to listen to the text where you want to start it. And just previously I quickly set myself a marker where I'm here, starting with the text. And from that moment on, actually I only want to record or show the video. And not recording, I already recorded it, of course. So what you're gonna do? We want to get rid of the whole part here in front. There are several ways doing this. Either we just cut it out, or we're gonna select the audio and the video file, and you see as soon as I hover over here it changes to the symbol, and now I can click and drag and reduce the clip to my timeline here. And now here we have the empty gap, and you can take it and drag and drop it at the beginning of the timeline. So you see, and now we're starting here. Make it a little bit louder that you hear it, but again, the sound quality is quite bad. And here we're gonna start our video. The other method I want to show you is just pressing Command C or Control C on your Windows. And now we have the original content again. The other method is actually to delete everything in front here. So again, I'm going to my blue marker where actually I want to start my video. And while nothing here is selected, so just click outside here into this gray field, empty area, click the blade tool and hover over it and click with the blade into the individual clips, and you automatically see that while I hover a little bit away here, while I pull that one a little bit back, you see both clips here have been cut. The audio clip is cut and the video clip is cut. So for myself, I set myself a shortcut key, which in my case is B. So if I click B, I see everything is cut at the same time. So Command C again to go back. So what do? Well, you're gonna select both tracks here, and now you need to be a little bit careful in case of if I press on the Mac keyboard backspace, and both tracks are deleted in front of it. So now what would I need to do? Select those and drag them again to the front. Or an easier method is, in our case here, I can select both, and instead of backspace I press the delete key, and you see it's deleted and automatically the empty space is filled up again with the clips in front of it. And this is quite handy, which you see later on. So now we see, finally we're gonna start. Here the video. Maybe that we hear something here in the background. And you see, I take my time to talk a little bit, so I don't like this. So what actually you also can do is cut out the middle section to make it a little bit quicker. Because my voice is not the fastest. Maybe you talk a lot and quite fast. So try to find your balance. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger here, that I see here I stop talking. And here I start again, so the middle portion here I want to cut out. So in my case, I just press the B key, and a little bit forward, I'm gonna press it again. And now I have that middle section selected, delete, and look at that. And already quicker. So this is how you can cut out everything. And if you don't want to click always here on the toolbar, you can of course set up your own shortcuts. And in DaVinci it's quite easy, but so it is in Premiere, for example. I go here on DaVinci Resolve, keyboard customization. And by the way, I always also see here the shortcut which you could click for here. And now in my case that's the razor. So I type here razor, and now nothing is indicated because I'm here only on the file, so I want to show all commands, and here you have it, which would be hidden under the timeline. So the razor, and maybe nothing is assigned to you, or maybe it's Option and B already assigned. So what you can do, just click in here, type the letter B, and automatically that one is assigned now. Save it, close, and now as soon as you press B, you see it is cut on this position where your timeline indicator is. So select it, delete, and the empty space is filled with it. And now that's actually what you want to do, is just trim your bad pieces or boring pieces out. So you see, if you go continue here, we go further. Finally I'm double clicking, and now you also see, once I double click, or each click actually is recorded by my Quicktime screen recording software, and you see this circle around, so the user now knows, or your audience, that you clicked something with your mouse. So I double click it, go forward. It takes a while until finally my software is loaded, so that would be a little bit boring. So again here, make sure nothing is selected. I type the letter B, it's cut here, and Here I'm gonna talk again something, and you see also indicated here. It is started up, and you see also how I'm gonna start to move my mouse already. So where I'm gonna start it, where it's still, I'm gonna trim it again. And select, delete, and this portion is cut out. So a little tip of course is, while you record your screen, do not always flip around with the mouse. Makes me at least nervous. Some other people might like it, but personally I don't. So try to be as steady as with your mouse as possible, and only move actually your mouse if you want to go over there and change something. And now we go just through the whole video. You see how I'm gonna select. We can leave it maybe. And you see also here again we have quite a long pause, which I did. So get rid of it. Select, press delete, and not backspace. If you only press backspace, then the gap is not filled out. And this is how I continue. And maybe here you start typing, and you see I'm quite a slow typer here. So you don't want to have your audience see how bad or slowly you type. So I want to speed up this little part here. So again here I start typing. So I cut, press the letter B. I go here to the end where I finish. Press B again, and now we have a standalone. And in this case, instead of deleting it, we're gonna increase the speed of this portion. And this is quite easy. So I selected both here, just gonna right hand click inside here. And you see here, change clip speed on the submenu. Speed maybe I want to increase to 400%. Make sure ripple sequence is selected. So because if I increase the speed of a clip, obviously the clip length is getting shorter. And to fill up this gap automatically, you can tick mark this one. Reverse speed, no, I want to have it the normal. Forward speed, and here this one has stretch to fit would be of course if you make it slower, but doesn't matter in our case. And so change, and you see the speed is increased 4 times. So if I just go here and play it back, and play it back of course is via this one, or most video editing software, it's just hitting the spacebar. And you see now my typing is quite faster. Good, and now let's just continue. And also I increase the speed a little bit of the video, otherwise you're getting bored as well. And finally at the end, you see I'm gonna quit it here. So this maybe you don't want to show the audience. So we have finished. Last cut, and delete the back portion. Good, so your cutting actually is done. Next thing is how we're gonna fix the audio a little bit.